Apple is known to build some of the most powerful mobile chipsets on the market, and their iPhones have become great gaming machines that should last for years. So it wouldn't maybe be such a bad idea to pick an older iPhone for gaming, since it's kinda supposed to perform pretty decently, right? That is exactly what I'm gonna test in today's video. Despite only 2 GB of RAM and over 4-year-old hardware, I actually expect iPhone 7 to do reasonably well when it comes to gaming. I'll be testing two of the most popular games that are around there, like Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG Mobile. So if you're interested into one of those, make sure to check the description since time codes will be all there. And now, wasting none of our time, let's get to it, starting now. Okay, so we arrived finally to Call of Duty Mobile, and now just quickly before the gameplay confirming some settings, I set everything to max, just as high as it can get on this device, so we will be pushing this thing hard, and honestly, as I said, I expect this thing to perform reasonably well despite the high settings for this phone. Okay, so for this short gameplay, I decided to do a little bit of voiceover and emphasize few things. And the first of them is obviously the performance. And that is great, honestly. Like the A10 still performs the way you would want it to perform in gaming. Max settings, everything works beautifully. The frame rate is pretty stable, 60 frames per second. I had no problems, no complaints whatsoever when it came to that. One thing I really hated was the fact how small the screen was. Like it really made the gaming extremely uncomfortable, and you can actually notice on the gameplay I'm missing the buttons like crazy. Like sure, you can place them differently and maybe modify them a little bit, but that doesn't change the fact that the screen is small and the overall estate is gonna make it, impossible for you to actually see a lot and enjoy a lot when it comes to, controlling your phone and the buttons on screen. But overall, like when it comes to the image reproduction on screen, the sharpness, as I said, it's really good and you can't complain about that. The performance is great. Well, the battery is not that great either. Unfortunately, it doesn't perform too well. The battery life is pretty weak on this phone, so I wouldn't expect like crazy times. But yeah, it's gonna get the job when it comes to, gaming for a little while. When it comes to the heat, as you can see, I'm playing in the case, so it wasn't bothering that much. I don't think it's that much of a problem, but if you push this thing hard, it's definitely gonna bother you. And I would recommend some case for a better grip and better gameplay overall. Just a quick observation before we move on to PUBG Mobile, and the performance in COD Mobile was actually great. I mean, I was playing on max settings, so the frame rate could have been sometimes just a little bit choppier, but if you actually lower the graphical settings, it's gonna be perfect. Smooth 60 frames per second. The phone was getting a little bit warm, yeah, you could definitely feel that, and the battery started draining fast when you were pushing this thing really hard. But that's what you would expect from a 4-year-old phone, over 4-year-old phone. It's actually performing pretty good in this game, and I'm really surprised. The only thing that I don't like is, of course, the battery life and the storage. 32 gigabytes is not gonna cut it, there is just no way. So if you wanna get iPhone 7 for gaming, maybe just try to get iPhone 7 Plus with 128 gigabytes of storage. So in that way, you will not only like fix the battery problem and storage problem, but also the size will be much better for gaming. So yeah, moving on to PUBG Mobile. Also, if you would like to maintain good battery health on your phone, I'll link the video in the description also, since it has become quite popular recently and you seem to like it. So if you're interested how to prolong the overall battery health, not live battery health, how to maintain good battery health on your iPhone, maybe iPhone 7, maybe any other iPhone, the video will be linked down in the description. And now, truly moving on to PUBG Mobile. Okay, so we are in PUBG Mobile now, and just quickly before we start the gameplay, I just wanted to confirm the graphics. I decided to choose smooth settings since I think they are the most realistic and will give us overall the best experience when it comes to gaming. The game itself, as you can see, is pretty smooth. I'm recording it only in 30 frames per second, but other than that, it was working pretty okay. I'm not sure if it was stable 60, probably not, but the game overall was pretty smooth, pretty comfortable, and if you actually wanna enjoy PUBG on this phone, it's actually not gonna be much of a problem. And same things as in Call of Duty Mobile, I gotta mention now. The screen is great, the performance is pretty good, I didn't experience any lags whatsoever, the speakers were also pretty okay, and actually these are stereo speakers, it was the first iPhone to introduce stereo speakers, and they are giving you okay results. I mean, it's not gonna be anything like iPad Pro or iPhone 12, but it's gonna be pretty okay, and I don't think you will have much reason to complain about it. And when it comes to the performance, as I said, it's pretty okay. Heating wasn't much of an issue as well. The only thing that really was bothersome at the time was probably the screen, because it's just too small. It's not the fact that it's not colorful, it's not responsive, and the gameplay is impossible. But you know, on 4.7-inch screen, you're just not gonna have the best time when gaming. That doesn't mean it's gonna be, horrible experience. You will probably adjust to that and have great time and enjoy it, since the phone is fully capable, but the battery life and the screen size may be a little bit of a problem. So that is why I think iPhone 7 Plus will be overall a better choice when you consider that the screen is bigger, the battery is bigger, and overall the gameplay should be better, as well as 128 gigabytes seems to be much better option when it comes to gaming and actually enjoying the gameplay properly. But yeah, when it comes to PUBG, I ain't no pro when it comes to this game. I rarely play it, and not on my iPhone 7, but as you can see, it performs pretty okay, and you really can't complain. I'm still amazed how this phone performs, how A10 pushes the overall experience. As I said, it's a processor from 2016, and Apple didn't lie when they said they were projecting and creating processors for future, since as you can see, everything is working tremendously, and you can't really have much complaints when it comes to the overall performance. The gameplay is maybe not the best, but the purpose is to just show you that it works and works the way it's supposed to. And I think that's great and that's terrific. So, as we may have seen in the video, the iPhone 7 still performs pretty okay. I mean, the performance of course is not gonna be on the level of iPad Pro or iPhone 12 Pro Max, but actually it's pretty good. I mean, the newest games run pretty reasonably, the performance is still okay. Of course, the battery life and storage are a big downsides, but actually you can solve them, as I said before. You can get iPhone 7 Plus with decent battery health, as well as 128 gigabytes, and you basically have a great gaming machine. I mean, in that way, the screen is bigger, the battery is bigger, you have more storage, so I think the 7 series will be still going pretty strong in 2021 when it comes to gaming and overall performance. Just as I hope you will be going strong until next video, and wishing you all the best. Make sure to press the like button if you actually enjoyed this video, smash that subscribe button for content like that and much more. And until next time, peace.